Welcome to another edition of Brian's Big Idea. And this week, my big idea is Bitcoin. It's a big thing. It's been moving dramatically. So as we think about Bitcoin, we think about a few things. Number one, is this a store of value? Number two, is this a risk asset? Number three, the hell is it even good for? You can't really buy anything. So it's really a speculation instrument right now. But down the road, is it possible that people start accepting Bitcoin as legal tender? A lot of people trade with Bitcoin. A lot of people do goods and services with Bitcoin. You know, there's plenty of things out there that are doing it. It's just it isn't ubiquitous yet. But down the road, it very well could be as people get sick and tired of governments continuously deflating their dollars, their currency. And the idea of inflation, not a great thing. And usually, most people agree that inflation is caused by surplus dollars being created by the government. We've seen, a ton of surplus dollars being created around the COVID pandemic. Now we're paying for that as we see inflation really shot up there, coming back in thanks to higher interest rates. Okay, but importantly, Bitcoin has rallied. So what are we doing? Why are we seeing this rally? There's a halving coming up, and I'm not super technical on that. But that means that it's going to be twice as hard to mine Bitcoin. So usually when the halving happens, the price can double or triple. And we've seen people try to get in front of that. There's also the ETF idea. The SEC is going to allow an ETF for Bitcoin soon. Possible. All right, so let's take a look at a couple ideas in the Bitcoin space. And the first one that I have is Riot Platforms. And the ticker for that is Riot, RIOT. There it is. It's up there. It's a Zacks rank number 2. It's got Fs. But as we see with this Bitcoin rally, things have materially improved for Riot, as it has a bunch of the other miners. That's good to see. So a strong Bitcoin is going to help them because they basically mine it and then pay for their operations by selling it higher. So they mine these Bitcoins and then they try to sell them at a gain. And we can see they've got a good-sized market cap of $2.9 billion and very liquid here, 25 million shares trading per day, which is good to see. All right, so that's right. That's a good idea for your Bitcoin platform. Here's another one. This one not totally as strong in terms of the Zacks rank. It's Marathon Digital. MARA is the ticker. It's a Zacks rank 3, meaning the estimates really haven't moved that much of late. So we got an F for value and a D for growth. They missed here, but again, it's really about the price of Bitcoin. It's kind of like oil stocks. You can miss a little bit, but if the price of oil is surging, everything's going to be good. So, I think Bitcoin went up to 45,000 recently, and it's sold off the other day, which makes these stocks become a little bit more attractive. Are you going to buy the dip? Because we've been running. This is a good time to think about buying that dip. And I want these few stocks to be in your mind as you think about buying the dip in Bitcoin. Finally, we're going to look at Coinbase, and I think this is kind of the flagship idea here. Solid beat here at the back. Back up for a second. Coinbase Global, and the ticker is COIN, COIN. Zacks rank number 2 and Fs. But if you're thinking about the industry, which you're looking at, Coinbase is your big boy play, $33 billion of decent liquidity there at 12 million shares per day. All right, and the beat, we were talking about the beat. It beat here back at the beginning of November and up, and away. Wow, look out. That is a great look. With the pullback here, really not affecting Coinbase too much, but it is something to think about here. So a couple stocks for Bitcoin. Now, maybe you're really into Bitcoin, the blockchain, and we have just a solution for you. David Bartosiak runs Blockchain Innovators, a pay-for service here at Zacks, where he goes through and he selects his favorite names that are affected by the blockchain and Bitcoin. So when you sign up for his newsletter, he gives you all kinds of stock buys, and he gives you a letter that's published, a couple times a week. And he talks about the broader market. So here's a little chart of the Russell for that. And then he also takes a look at Bitcoin. And you can see here's the main idea, that Bitcoin was basing out down around here, 26,000, then up and away. It's been 45,000. So he can give you a little bit better idea of the technicals of what's going on inside of Bitcoin. which is good to see, good to know. But, what else can happen? We can have a portfolio here. And I'm going to bring up his portfolio. And here we go. There it is. This is his entire portfolio over the last several years. Because you see, Dave has a stock in here from 2018. Let me thicken that up so that we can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, in 2018, he has a stock. But look at that. How about that? You want to hold a stock for 5 years? Well, get ready for 755%. Look at this stock, 2019. Buy and hold Dave is what we're going to call him from now on. Approaching 1,000%. Boy, that's wonderful. But then there's also a lot of fresher picks. And here's all your fresher picks. We've got gains from 49%. We've got a couple losers. Those things will happen. It's a volatile space. Sometimes you buy just a little bit too early. So some small losers. But for the majority of the portfolio, and I'll get all my scribble out of the way, for the majority of the portfolio, it's looking very good. All right, so that's David Bartosiak and Blockchain Innovators. All right, that's it for this time. Be sure to join us next time when I give you another big idea to think about. And until then, why don't you go to Zacks.com/promo to see all of our latest promotions.